Hi, I'm Louise from OTGrow and welcome to our YouTube channel. So here we talk about all things regarding groups, tips, tools and techniques, especially if you're feeling passionate about group therapy or you feel that it's your calling. So today I am interviewing or we are chatting with Mandy Cassells, and we are also telling you about a very exciting collaboration for the year 2025, where we are going to be launching the Living Libraries project. So welcome, Mandy.
Thank you, Louise.
All right, so let's start a little bit. So the collaboration is between Mending Broken Beauty and OTGrow, and then every time we'll get somebody else on board as well. But let's start by telling us a little bit about around Mending Broken Beauty.
Yeah, it's just something that I'm really passionate about. We are occupational therapists that does group therapy or provide mental health services to people in gender-based violence or human trafficking space. So really just looking after their mental health. Another facet of what we do is trying then to reintegrate these people into communities again. So looking at their skills, doing vocational assessments on them, and helping them then to develop skills so that they can actually find a job again and look after themselves and reintegrate into the community. It is something I'm very passionate about because as an OT, also being trained by OTGrow, I think it was a few years ago where Louise actually did a group and I was just sitting and crying in this group and I was thinking like I've actually found the thing that I love doing. And it was just such a it was just such a amazing just journey for me because I really struggled to find like what am I going to do and what OT do I actually love doing, and being in one of the OT Grow groups and the training of that, I realized like this is actually what I want to do with my life. And from there it's just something that grew, that I really am passionate about. And the picture that I had for Mending Broken Beauty was the pottery vase that was basically broken. And the beautiful, if you glue that with gold together, it's basically a pot that is broken, but it's so much more beautiful afterwards. And it just the symbolism of we all are actually broken and we all have our different stories and our difficulties, but that can be put together with gold. And it's actually more beautiful at the end. And I think that was just the heart behind Mending Broken Beauty.
Yes, I can't remember, but it's an MPC. So it's really a
Yes.
non-profit organization. It's reaching out to people that are victims or survivors. It depends how you want to see it, from human trafficking and also
Yes.
gender-based violence.
Yes.
So which I think is really great. And then from OTGrow's side with the Living Libraries, let's talk what Living Libraries is, and then we'll say why OTGrow really wanted to be part of this project.
Living libraries is basically where, instead of going to a library and borrowing a book, reading the book and taking it back, it is in-person events that we're gonna do together as Mending Broken Beauty and OT Grow, where people will come to the event and you will be able to take out a book, but a person, so that you can ask them any questions on their life, on any of their stories, and basically take out the book for 15 to 20 minutes. And then if there is other books that you can also ask different questions. So we will have different themes that we'll get to, but that is basically the concept. And I think it was, and Louise will tell you guys as well about Healing South Africa, one conversation at a time, and just really focusing on South Africa and bringing healing in different areas of that as well. Louise, you can maybe elaborate on that.
Yeah, so Healing South Africa, one conversation, one group at a time, was or is the motto of OTGrow. And for us, we started seeing how in groups people can have difficult conversations. We don't always have to agree.
Mm.
A lot of times we come with our own prejudices, warped perceptions about life and just the way we grew up. And through conversations, the most beautiful things start happening where people start realizing all these ideas I have about other people, the typical us and them, the them group. when we start having conversations, then just something beautiful starts happening where we realize there's actually more in common and more of us than the little bits that separate us. And so, in that sense, we were really passionate about this project. We wanted to collaborate because it's about having people have conversations. And where do I go with my prejudices in South Africa today, where I'm so worried that people are going to reject me when I ask a genuine question around something that I have a belief either around race or orientation or, even background, somebody from maybe a lower income group and a higher income group. We've all got prejudices around a whole lot of things, but where do I go and check whether those prejudices are true? And where do I go to connect with somebody that's different than me to realize that we are more similar than different? So I think that's a
Oh,
lot
that's
said,
beautiful.
but I think that's exactly that each conversation, and you are welcome to come to these events and come ask your question. Um, so themes are, maybe Mandy, you want to say a little bit about the themes that we have for 2025?
Yes, so we are going to have a few events over the year. The first one, we are going to start with mental illness and just discovering different facets of mental illness or mental health. There is going to be the one after that is exploring religion and spirituality. We are really going to look at different themes, but we'll definitely give you guys more information on that. We're going to have one on politics as well. We're going to look at marriages and different family compositions. So there's really going to be different themes, different people underneath of that can be living books. And that's also a way that you guys can contribute to that is if you want to be a living book where you can tell your story and where people can ask your story, where you can also contribute in that way. But we'll definitely give you guys more information on the different events. With regards to that. And that will be for 2025, that will be in Gauteng, the in-person events, usually on a Saturday.
So bring people along, bring people that your own clients, bring family members along, come share your story. So there's a process that you need to volunteer to come and share your story. It'll only be in dyads. In other words, there'll be one person coming to ask you about your story and trying to find out a bit more or asking questions so that they get a better idea of whatever it is that you are volunteering for. So please see the link below. It'll take you to a website where there'll be a lot of more information and where you can volunteer to become a living book. So we're hoping that we will see you either at the event as a living book or at the event as somebody who's taking out a living book and really coming with a sense of non-judgment and curiosity and being willing to look at some of your prejudices and stereotypes. Anything else still from your
So
side,
excited.
Mandy?
I think I'm just really, really excited to just bring communities and different groups together as well, and just learning from one another in conversation and asking the difficult questions that we can ask. I think something that I just want to add for being a living book, for people not to be too scared, there is some little bit of training that we will take you through and help you discover. And if you have any questions, Louise and I and volunteers will definitely support you also in that process. So not to be necessarily scared to come and tell your story or unsure. There will be support in that as well.
Yeah, thanks for highlighting that. And then this is all in all a platform to raise funds for Mending Broken Beauty. So there is a small amount that you would need to pay to be able to take out this living book. And I think it also comes with the respect of showing somebody who actually then shares their story as well. So please follow the link below, drop us some comments or questions if you'd like. And we'll get back to you. Any last words from you, Mandy?
I think just very excited. Thank you, Louise.
Pleasure. All right, until we see you again, happy facilitating.